Phew. Okay. We are live. Just gonna set that right there. We are live. Turn that way down so I can at least monitor it and all that. Last time we fought the Eye of Valmar, so Grandia 2, Dreamcast, that all sorts of good stuff. Saved the little girl, so we're feeling pretty okay about that. She's not dead, which is definitely a plus. Not sure what the hiccups are about. Nobody ever expects the Inquisition. Ryudo is right. You should definitely go into a crypt and just stay there and die, Celine. Oh, she went deaf? Well, fuck, that's probably worse than dying. She's blind and deaf. Like, Jesus Christ, I apologize to anybody that is related to somebody that's blind or and deaf. Like both. Because that must be hell to go through. And Celine's going, righteous. Who said anything about that? Ryudo is probably my favorite JRPG protagonist. This is not my favorite JRPG, but he is absolutely my favorite JRPG protagonist. He just has this habit of saying things that, like, a normal human being would say. And that's a rarity. Hi, how you doing, Maria? How's everything going today? Thanks for joining the stream. Granus is without mercy. So as somebody that was raised fairly religious, like, a lot of this game does make sense to me. I can definitely see both sides of, like, the church and the people. I'm good, Maria. It's been a very good day so far. That's something that I feel this game does a lot better than a lot of the Final Fantasy games. A lot of the Final Fantasy games just have, like, this absolute disdain for organized religion, whereas this one sees it in less of a black and white sort of manner. It's okay to not like organized religion, but blind dislike of it is just as bad as blind faith in it. And that's something that I greatly appreciate about this game. It's not afraid to have a very nuanced look at the themes that it portrays, instead of being, oh, this one thing is really bad and I dislike it. And it's more like, we get it. Things make a lot more sense with this game. It feels a lot more like it's made by actual people and not like company executives. And of course, it's got a banger-ass battle theme, so that's definitely a plus. Wow. There we go. Got rid of him.
Expect an early winter with lots of snow.
The voice acting in this is absolutely precious. For those that are just joining, Rowan is voiced by the same chick that voiced Velma in Scooby-Doo for like the last, I want to say like 25 years. In all of like the direct-to-DVD movies. And I love the voice acting in this. It is such a gem. It's not good, but it's endearing. And that's all I can ask for. As somebody that just streamed the first 2 Mega Man Legends games, I say first 2 as if there was more after that, but there isn't. Charming voice acting is preferable to good voice acting. If the voice acting is charming, I can at least look past some wooden deliveries.
Beast King Smash!
Expect an early winter with lots of snow.
The battle theme in this is just a banger. Like an absolute masterpiece. It also has a lot of different battle themes too, like when you get like attacked from behind by an enemy, you'll hear a totally different battle theme, and I love that. It's got a really groovy, sort of funky ass bass line. Of course, the game does have some issues. Performance isn't 100% great. Even for like I guess like a mid-generation Dreamcast game. It's also got this weird thing where like the triggers are how you control the camera, and that is not ideal. It works, but it's not as smooth as using like a right analog stick for the camera. And you have to move the camera a lot. It's almost uncomfortable how much you have to move the camera for a game that is just a top-down RPG. Also, I swear to God, they just like took an FM, like made an FMV of like an actual campfire. And yeah, you've got these little, these cute little campfire moments. Essentially, you just have to like cycle through what everybody says, until it's time to go to bed. I don't even bother reading these for the most part. Kind of like how nobody bothers watching my streams. I don't even bother reading them. These are good little character moments. But you'll pick up almost the entire story just playing the game regularly. You never really have to like sit there and read everything. The game is essentially an RPG on rails. You never have to really focus too much. Sometimes I'll be like, well, shit, where was I going? But mostly it's pretty on rails. Thankfully, you've got this little arrow to direct you to wherever you need to go. And I just went backwards, totally disproving what I was just saying. Give me 1 second. Let me see what's causing that weird bit of lag there. Ah, yes. I had Unreal Engine open. That will typically cause a little bit of lag. Yeah, I'm in the midst of working on a game project, so... Oh, there we go. They moved. So that's one thing I've got going on right now is my game project. Which takes up quite a bit of my day, honestly. I've been working on boss ideas and the like. Yeah, let's hit him with a snowball.
Early winter with lots of snow.
Oh, there we go. Got rid of him. Bow, bow. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, bow, down, down, down.
Hardly worthy
Do,
of
do,
my
do, do,
notice.
do, do. And from here on out, it's pretty much smooth sailing until I fight the next piece of Valmar. Something that I love about streaming RPGs, and I said this last night on someone else's stream, it's just that, like, I can look away from the game to view the chat. Even though there's, like, nothing going on right now in the chat, it's nice to be able to, like, take a second and look down at it to see if it has progressed. That way I can actually, like, monitor it and see what's what, instead of having my game in windowed mode. Because, honestly, I hate looking at things in a small little window. I don't know... I don't want to invite anybody that plays their games in windowed mode to my house. Those are not people that are welcome in my home. It's full screen or nothing. Ooh, nice. Good work, Merrick.
Nothing withstands my blade.
Doo-doo. And I can even do this kind of sorta. Oh, I am completely lost now. There we go. And one more second. Boop. Sorry, just give me 1 second. Just absolutely vibing on that music. Huh. Okay. Oh, you know what? Maybe there's something I'm missing. Oh, there we go. I'm actually just stupid. And I completely missed where I was supposed to go. Bullshit that this guy can push a boulder that size. We just camped. Like, literally, we've been walking for like 5 minutes. Why are you stopping now, Ryudo? It's like, you know what, guys? I got like a bug in my boot. That I don't know. Look, this is a bit off topic, but I've been meaning to ask. Why are you so nice? There's always a way. We'll see him tomorrow, we'll know then. What took you so long? Dinner's ready. The path we followed wrapped upon itself as a many-coiled serpent. Its course at once both circuitous and labyrinthian. Mr. Merrig is trying to say... We were lost. Come, let us eat. My claws are sheathed and my belly hollow. Yeah, I could imagine it being voiced by Chris Sabat. Or Richard Epcar, or Scott McNeil. You know what? Anybody with like a gruff-sounding voice could probably do a voice that would suit Merrig. At least a lot better than what he's currently got, because his voice is like super growly and raspy, and I guess it kind of suits him, but it doesn't sound good. Like, it suits him, but in a very, I guess, kind of way. Saint Haim Papal State soon. Okay. So, we're probably about, I don't want to say halfway through the game. Like, this is a somewhat short RPG. Like, it's not super long. I want to say it's about 20 to 30 hours. I think that's how long my first sort of playthrough was. For fuck's sakes. It does this sometimes. Sometimes it'll be like, hey, go this way. But it's like, no, really. They mean above it. And there's not really a clear indication of what it means when it says, hey, go in this direction. Other than that, it is a very straightforward RPG. There's not a lot of side quests as far as I know. Like, there are side quests, but they're not, like, super frequent. You're not going to be spending 90% of the game doing a bunch of side quests. But what you do throughout most of the game is still fun.
Stinging ice.
Like, as far as RPGs on the Dreamcast go, this is probably one of my favorite ones. It's not my absolute favorite. I would say Evolution is probably my absolute favorite game on the system. Especially the GameCube version, because the GameCube version added a whole bunch of quality of life things, voice acting. It's a much better game than it was on the Dreamcast. Even though the Dreamcast version's still pretty good. Weirdly, I think that one's also developed by Game Arts and also published by Ubisoft, which makes this the first and only, one of the first and one of the only good games that Ubisoft has actually published. And I will state that until my dying breath, because there is not a single good game that they've actually made. How the hell do I get that? I want that. No, I don't. I actually just don't care about you guys. I know, like, a lot of people are complaining about, like, Assassin's Creed Shadows right now. And we hate it for entirely different reasons. People hate it because it's a black guy pretending to be a samurai. I hate it because it's Assassin's Creed. We are not the same. Ooh, Holy Wound Salve. Yeah, we're not gonna fight everything in this game. We're gonna fight most of the things. I was kind of expecting one of, like, 2 people in the chat to go, "Hey, what about this one Ubisoft game like Rayman?" Rayman's terrible. I'm tired of pretending it's not. I'm tired of pretending like I have to like Watch Dogs. Although I guess Ubisoft did, they did publish, like, the later Driver games, which were okay. They didn't publish, like, the first 2, because they were good. Yeah, I'm not gonna fight apps. Ah, damn it. I guess I deserved that. I mean, Driver, what was it, 1976 was pretty good. Yeah, this is what I meant. When you get a back attack, like, the baseline just drives me nuts.
Expect an early winter with lots of snow.
Oh, BJ Ward, you are an absolute gem. Almost as much of a gem as Lean Heart, but you weren't in Mega Man X7, so you don't have that, like, stain on your resume. Although I guess Lean Heart made up for it by being the announcer chick for Pride FC, which is the de facto best MMA organization. I don't care if anyone disagrees. The moment you have soccer kicks and head stomps in a fight, no, I'm there. Soccer kicks and head stomps are the shit, and the UFC needs to adopt them. I mean, if only for the off chance of seeing Conor McGregor get stomped on the face. God damn it. I knew that was coming, and I did nothing. I don't have to fight them. I looked down at the chat and I was like, oh, hey, random encounter. There we go. They're cold-blooded. Let's warm them up a little. Let's, to hell with it. I cheated. Let's embrace it. Oh, whoa, there's another egg. That's supposed to be going down, so, like, I'm not supposed to have infinite, spell coins. But I do. The cheat is supposed to be for max spell coins, not infinite. So, that was a small oversight on my part. There we go. Who's gonna get that? You know what? I've got 4 people. Skill equip. No, it's equipment. Gravity egg. And then Elena will get the holy egg. I wasn't planning on streaming today, but I decided to just randomly, off the cuff, sort of stream. Sorry, 1 second. There's every so often there's just like something that requires my attention. I do deeply apologize. I thought I took that down. I don't really care about Dragon Age the Veilguard. I mostly just did that video as a sort of joke. But I actually just don't care about it or the content. But I am pretty sure I took that down. I just thought it was kind of just tasteless. No, you're probably not tripping. I did upload a Dragon Age the Veilguard video. Of me messing around with the character creation. I don't really care to discuss it too much. I do think it was a tasteless video. And I do appreciate you bringing that to my attention. But you're absolutely not tripping. It's a terrible video. Which is why I took it down. It wasn't very good. So, I do appreciate you bringing that to my attention. Stood out for my normal uploads. I do agree. Usually because I try to keep a certain level of quality with my videos, especially with my like my more scripted stuff. excuse me. Where are we going? You know what? Yeah, let's go to the end. But I mean, if there's anything that concerns that you're concerned about, like, definitely feel free to voice it in the chats. It's what it's there for. I mean. Oh yeah, no. I'm not saying you're not tripping. Like, sorry, my phone disconnected from the Wi-Fi, so like I didn't see your message there. Yeah, no. It's I'm great that I'm happy that you love my videos, but like if there's anything that concerns you with any of my content, just let me know in the chat or in the comments of that video. Just as a sort of like a heads up. But I did remove it because I was just like, wow. I did it while I was like really drunk, and I was just like, wow, what an asshole I sound like. And okay, don't get me wrong, I don't mind being kind of an asshole. But at the end of the day, it's like you kind of have to pick. You have to pick a certain level of asshole in your videos. And I just think it was too much of me just being an asshole. And again, I'm an asshole. That's a well-regarded fact. Anybody that personally knows me is like, yeah, this guy's kind of an asshole. But at the same time, I try to pick and choose how much of an asshole I am. Especially with my videos. I know with a lot of my videos, I try to be entertaining while also giving portions of my genuine opinion. Like, oh geez, what video is it that got a lot of hate? Oh god, I gotta look through my channel real quick. Because I know there's one video of mine that got a lot of shit. You know what? I think it was probably my review of Beyblade V-Force, which is my shortest video. Got a lot of like, oh, a lot of these jokes are forced. Yeah, some of them are. Absolutely. But then it's also like, I still enjoyed the game for the brief period of time that I played it. Not everybody's sense of humor is the same. And I have this bad habit of making jokes that sometimes they land, sometimes they don't. And it's a lot more noticeable in a 7-minute long video than it is in a 30-minute long video. Because within 30 minutes, I have time to hit you with multiple jokes, like back to back to back to back. I can use a joke to set up another joke. But in 7 minutes, which is really... like, that should have been part of another video. I should have done a whole video on games based off of anime that you didn't know had games. Like, I should have sandwiched that with, like, Zatch Bell on the GameCube and, like, Orphan on the PS2. That's how I should have done Beyblade V-Force. But I didn't. I did it just on its own, a 7-minute long video. And a lot of people were like, oh, the jokes were kind of forced. I agree. A lot of the jokes were kind of forced. They were so forced that they could go to prison for being forced. But at the same time, it's like, I just didn't think of what other games to do at the moment. So I kind of just did the Beyblade V-Force one on its own, as a sort of stupid little thing. And it's the same thing with like the Dragon Age of the Veilguard. I will never play it. Very hot take. I don't think BioWare's ever made a good game. And this isn't the... this isn't the 3 beers that I've gotten in me talking. I genuinely don't think that BioWare has ever put out a good game. In fact, I don't think there's a single good PC RPG ever. And I know like a lot of people will be like, oh, what about Fallout? What about Elder Scrolls? No, not a single one. You have to enjoy Elder Scrolls with mods. Something like Fallout is like 3 and 4 are good with mods, and then 1 and 2 are just absolute garbage. So I've definitely got my hot takes. I don't think I would like Dragon Age of the Veilguard, even if it was like the most finely tuned... Even if Dragon Age of the Veilguard was the most finely tuned role-playing experience of all time, I don't think it would be a good game. I think it would be a playable game. Like, you could start it and finish it, and have an okay experience. Mass Effect is Gears of War with a skill tree. If Mass Effect is one of the best RPGs of all time, then so is Gears of War. And I will die on that hill. And I like Gears of War. I genuinely think Gears of War is a really good game. Like, if you get a buddy, okay? Set up your Xbox 360 or your Xbox One. You sign into Game Pass. Okay, maybe you don't got Game Pass. Maybe you don't even have an Xbox. You can still play Gears of War with your buddies. And have a great time doing co-op. Now imagine that with a skill tree. And that is Mass Effect. I would say that BioWare's best game is Sonic Chronicles on the DS, and that is the absolute worst Sonic game. I mean, out of the entire franchise. And that is BioWare's best. Keep in mind, this is a franchise that has Sonic 06, has Shadow the Hedgehog, has Sonic Forces, This is a series known for really bad games, and I would say that Sonic Chronicles is the worst game in the franchise. And it is BioWare's best game ever. I know somebody's going to be like, what about Baldur's Gate? Yeah, fuck Baldur's Gate. Nobody knew Baldur's Gate existed until Baldur's Gate 3. And that's fucking garbage, too. I say that as a person that owns it. RPGs are like sushi. The West is not known for making them. There's a reason why when people discuss like the best RPGs ever made, the discussion starts at Final Fantasy IV, ends at Chrono Cross. And there's a good reason. There's a very good reason for that. And it's fine to like those games. Like, if you like them, that's fine. I don't think you're stupid if you like them. Like opinion, like taste is subjective. If you like BioWare's games, that's fine. I like a lot of games that are really bad. Like, I like Mega Man X7 to a slight degree. And I would say that's the worst game that Capcom's ever published. I would say Sonic Heroes is probably the best one. At least out of the mid 2000s Sonic games, Sonic Heroes is probably the best one. Now Sonic Heroes does have its issues. I feel like if the game had another even 6 months of development, maybe not even that, maybe 2 or 3, it could have been a much better game. It is the 3/4 of a really good game. And then you've got Team Chaotix. And the Team Chaotix sections are just awful. I don't want to have to look for 16 fucking snails. I don't know about you, but Sonic is supposed to be get from point A to point B really damn fast. And so with 3 of the teams, that is generally the objective. But the major difference being, like, Team Rose is easier, Team Dark is a little harder, and then Team Sonic is just kind of like right in the middle. It's your normal difficulty. And then Team Chaotix, they were just like, whatever, we just need an excuse for a 4th team. It's like, no, fuck you. Like let's go. Like, let's go very hard. Like, Knuckles Chaotix is not an easy game. Like, that is probably the hardest 2D Sonic. So, like, why isn't Team Chaotix just, like, a hard as shit Sonic game? Oh boy, I can't wait to come back here for the final boss. Spoilers, this is where the final boss is. Not yet. But it's where he is later. Like, I maybe, like, if you've played this, you know. If you haven't, you don't. I got to the final boss, and then my Dreamcast's power supply died. It just completely crapped out. And that did not make me feel good. So I have a Dreamcast that just doesn't work anymore. And I wish it did, because I would love to just pick up from where I continued last time. And unfortunately, I don't have...
Light.
I'll shut up now.
And harmony. Your Holiness Zera, please calm our anxious hearts. What can we do to rid the world of the terrifying darkness?
You must bolster your soul. If you leave no chink in the armor of your soul, then the darkness will be forced to leave.
Also, give me your credit card number.
Valmar.
You must not falter. We must all not give in to darkness. I cannot save you. You must
Daddy
save
needs
your
some new blackout curtains.
Holiness Zera, please lend me your ear.
Yes, what should we do?
What will happen to the world?
Quiet! We are here to bring peace to the world. How can one do so in a panic? Everyone,
We should
please,
panic harder.
down.
Yet, Your Highness Zera, the recent rumors of the revival of Valmar are not going away. I have even heard reports that the rumors might be true. Right, High Priestess Celine? At this rate, the day of darkness seems unavoidable.
But we must not strike fear in the hearts of the people we are trying to save. Doing so would surely go against the will of Lord Granus. What do you say, Cardinal Oro?
When the day of darkness comes,
Oh,
the world will
bother.
most definitely be
He just made me think
destroyed.
of Winnie the Pooh for a second.
I don't know what we can do.
Except pray for a smackerel of honey.
Celine, do not misunderstand me. I'm not saying that the action the Cathedral Knights took was wrong. But you went too
I'm just
far.
saying it.
You must not
Maybe,
force people away from Lord
maybe.
Granus.
They should have gone some other way.
You must all remain on guard, so that darkness cannot take advantage of you. Please, everyone, back to your rooms.
Now, Feral Child, assuming you're still watching, what is the worst Sonic game, in your honest opinion? I know I went on a little bit of a tangent there. Like a huge tangent. Which is probably part of my charm. I am sure that is charming to somebody. But, that's what the chat's for. The chat is for you guys to voice your opinions, and, I'll respond to it. It doesn't matter if it's even remotely relevant to what I'm playing. If you put something in the chat, I will respond to it. Like this isn't a topical forum. You can just say anything, and I'll respond. You can talk to me about what your favorite cereal is. I spent 2 hours yesterday, regaling people with the tales of what the Pac-Man cereal tastes like, 20 years after it was current. So anything goes. So the quest has now become to find the Grana Saber. Which is I guess a fine plot point. The Grandia Saber just kind of becomes like a MacGuffin. The main plot is to drive the Wings of Valmar out of Elena. I'm fine with that. Like, an RPG doesn't need a bunch of twists and turns to be good. So far we've had, like, this is the first twist 10 hours in. I find a lot of RPGs tend to become a little too twisty. They enjoy that M. Night Shyamalan business. And to be honest, sometimes simplicity is key. There is like one more major twist towards the end, but you don't get it until like the very end. You already know what the twist is. If you've been watching thus far, like, you're aware of what the twist is. The twist is super stupidly obvious. In fact, you might even say it is in the room. What could His Holiness be thinking of? Everyone in that party is overage except... My God! Roan! I think Cyberpunk okay. So... what do I think of Cyberpunk 2077? So, okay. I'm conflicted because I am a big fanatic of the anime Bubblegum Crisis. Now, if you don't know anything about Cyberpunk, the guy that made Cyberpunk, like the tabletop role-playing game, he had previously designed a tabletop role-playing game based off of the anime Bubblegum Crisis. And when his company was losing the rights to Bubblegum Crisis, he was like, okay, we gotta do something because this is making us a shit ton of money. And we're gonna lose it no matter what. But we want to do something with this idea, with this kind of setting. And so Cyberpunk, the tabletop RPG, is a legally safe version of Bubblegum Crisis, kind of like how D&D is essentially just a legally safe version of Lord of the Rings. And I don't like Lord of the Rings. I barely like D&D. I like playing D&D with friends because it's like a stupid little social thing that we like to do. But I don't like the actual rules and setting of D&D, so I make my own. But the point being, I like the idea of Cyberpunk 2077. I think taking that world, that setting, and applying it to an actual RPG has some great potential if it was handled by a developer that had talent and knew how to make an RPG. Unfortunately, it was put in the hands of CD Projekt Red, who have never made an RPG in their lives. And I've played one of the Witcher games. I don't care which one. They all sort of feel the exact same. I've probably played more than one. I thought it was a really good first-person shooter, is what I thought of Cyberpunk 2077. It's a very good first-person shooter with multiple endings. Does it have some issues? Absolutely. It barely functions. I had so many crashes and glitches and just random shit happening, even after, like, everybody was like, yo, you gotta play after the 2.0 update. I played the 2.0 update, and I still had crashes. I still had the same issues that people were citing at launch on the current generation of consoles. And at the end of the day, all I got was Keanu Reeves and his transvestite cyborg ride end up saving America. And okay, fine if that's what you're after. If that's what you're in for, okay, cool. But I was expecting Legally Safe Bubblegum Crisis, and I didn't get that. I didn't even get a good ending. Like, the base game, I got the ending where you end up going to the moon, and Keanu Reeves ends up, like, taking over your character's mind or some shit. I don't even remember. And then with the DLC, the ending I got was, like, I put the chick on the moon, and I shot fucking Knuckles the Echidna. I was like, I don't feel good about that. I don't want to shoot fucking Knuckles the Echidna. But, like, maybe, like, one of the fucking Babylon rogues, but not Knuckles. Unless it's Boom Knuckles. He deserves it. Fucker tried to put a baby in a blender. But I thought it was a fine first-person shooter. Kind of like Fallout 3 and 4. Like, I think they're fine first-person shooters. They're just not very good RPGs. RPGs are turn-based by nature. If your game's not turn-based, it's not an RPG. I don't care what anybody says. Ys, not an RPG. It's an action game. Zelda is not an RPG, it's an action game. Kingdom Hearts, not an RPG, it's an action game. RPGs are turn-based. You can do, like, your own spin on turn-based combat. But at the end of the day, all RPGs are turn-based. That's a hot take. That's a hill I am willing to die on. In other words, as a person that doesn't like first-person shooters, I thought Cyberpunk 2077 was fine. God, I'm gonna be known as the streamer that just, like, gives hot takes on games. I'm not gonna be known for anything else. I'm just gonna be known for spicy ass takes. You know this game that's totally an RPG because it's got a skill tree? This guy's got an opinion of it. I think you can have RPG mechanics without being an actual RPG. Because if I have to consider Cyberpunk 2077 an RPG, I technically have to consider Call of Duty as an RPG. It has an experience system, it has a skill tree. But would you ever, in your right mind, call Call of Duty an RPG? No, you wouldn't. Excuse me. You would consider that absolute sheer lunacy. There's role-playing mechanics, but there's not an actual role-playing game. I don't even think that guy stuck around to hear my opinion on Cyberpunk because it was so long-winded. I don't blame him. What good is it to chase after fancy now that the threat of darkness is upon us? No one has ever found the divine sword. How can he be so nonchalant about matters of such weight? I must consult my auguries for some means of holding back the darkness. Oh no, the darkness! This is an evil sign. The day of darkness draws near. What? This light! Oh, there's my girl that I say every time she shows up for the first time in a stream. Ah! The wings of Valmar. Valmar here in the cathedral. Someone come quickly. Trying to pull out my best Stuart Zagnart, the voice of Professor Oak. Truly, bread is the body's life as the earth is to all that spring from it. So also a fine bread is loam for the soul. I don't even know what the hell he's on about. It must be really good bread. Quick, somebody asked me how I feel about Final Fantasy VIII. It is a very unique opinion on Cyberpunk. So I think... Okay. So I had when I first played it, like when I played through the story, I played through it on my Xbox One X, and I pretty much had the same opinion as I do now. Like, it was a fine game. I played through it enough, and I enjoyed the story. I liked the setting, but I had some minor issues, largely with, like, the performance and the visuals. And I still had those same issues with on the Series X. Granted, I have heard from various people that the game was best played on Stadia. Of all fucking things. I think the game's fine. But yeah, absolutely look into Bubblegum Crisis. Bubblegum Crisis is a 6, or is it 8? It's like an 8-episode anime OVA heavily inspired by Blade Runner. Blade Runner, I would say, is probably like the first really good cyberpunk media. If you like cyberpunk shit, Blade Runner is the originator. Anything by Philip K. Dick is a huge chunk of like what makes cyberpunk. And Blade Runner is, not Blade Runner, Bubblegum Crisis is heavily inspired by the works of Philip K. Dick, mostly the novels. If you're unfamiliar with Philip K. Dick, he's the guy that did like the story that Total Recall is based off of. You know, the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie with like the three-tittied whore. I definitely no, she was an actual prostitute. like the three-tittied hooker, and like the guy like growing out of like the other dude's stomach. That's all Philip K. Dick. He's essentially the driving force of why cyberpunk is a thing. And I highly advise reading, like, read his works, and then go and watch Bubblegum Crisis after you watch Blade Runner. Blade Runner is very much like a proto. If Millennia were outside, we'd be able to see this fire spreading already. We must be in the cathedral somewhere. Okay, yeah, I've already gone to like every room in the cathedral that I can go into. But absolutely check out Bubblegum Crisis. There's also a sequel series, Bubblegum Crash. As well as a like 26 episode long series, Bubblegum Crisis. Was it 2048? You could avoid 2048. 2048 is good, but it's not great. But the actual Bubblegum Crisis OVA is amazing. It's filled with just like sheer 1980s English dub cheese, as well as some genuinely great music. Oh, fucking, there we go. There's my girl. This woman is amazing. We're going to use it to stab evil people. I misread that as stupid. So you know what we're going to do? We're actually going to take a very brief 5-10 minute break. I'll be right back. Don't change that dial. It's not a dial. I know it's your mouse or your phone screen. You can just tap on it. Don't do that. I'll be right back. I swear to God. See, what did I tell you? Right back. Anyways, I hope that everybody watching currently is enjoying the stream. And... oh, okay, perfect. It is not cut out. Here's famous library. You should search the world in. Okay. Thumbs up. You know what? That is probably the most glowing review I've ever gotten. I know that I give a lot of hot takes. I just want people that are watching to know that's all they are. They're hot takes. I will... So, when it comes to giving one's opinion, you have to kind of understand that not everybody watching is going to share that same opinion. For example, like, out of the Final Fantasy games, like, I don't like 7 that much. I think it's a fine game. Would I go out and buy a PS1 for it? I didn't back in the day. I wouldn't now. Like, I didn't buy a PS5 for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Why? Because, I mean, A, I've already played Final Fantasy VII. But B, it's just not a system seller to me. And that's kind of a hot take. I know a lot of people would buy a PS5 for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm just not one of them. And it's cool. It's like you can have your own opinions. You can have your own thoughts. I'm not going to take that away from anybody watching. I'm going to give my hot takes. And that's really what I hope that you guys take away from them, is that that's all they are. They're just hot takes. Yeah, I'll take your word for it. Yeah, good old Ryudo. See, I'm the same way with a lot of the games I've reviewed. The one that I know got me a lot of shit on Reddit, of all places, was my UFC 3 review, where I was like, no, it's kind of better than Undisputed 3. Does that mean I liked it more? No. No, it doesn't. It just means that I think that factually, this game is a little more refined. Like, it's a better made game, even if I don't enjoy it quite as much. Like, I like Devil May Cry 3. Would I say it's better than 5? No. But I could see why somebody might think that. See, Devil May Cry 3 was really good on accident, and Devil May Cry 5 is just finely tuned. It is sure to be useful. Book of Priests acquired. And that's all my hot takes are. They're just hot takes. You can do with them whatever you want. I mean, if you agree, that's fine. If you disagree, that's also fine. UFC 4 is really bad. UFC 4 is the Mega Man X7 of UFC games. They tried something new, and it really didn't pan out. 5 is the Mega Man X8 of UFC games. It's better than the one before it. It still has its issues. Don't get me wrong. It's got its problems. But I still enjoy playing it from time to time. 3 is really good. Like, UFC 3 is mwah, a genuinely great game. It's to the point that whenever me and my friends get together to play UFC, we play 3. We don't play 4, we don't play 5, we play 3. 3 is the third strike of UFC games. And I've tried to get friends to play Undisputed 3. And every one of them has the same opinion, where it's like, man, this would be a really good game if we didn't have something more modern to compare it to. And I agree. Undisputed 3 is not for everybody. Much in the same way that Dark Souls isn't for everybody. They're very, very different games cut from a very similar cloth. UFC Undisputed 3 is like super committal. You have to commit to everything. It's like Dark Souls. In Dark Souls, you have to commit to shit. Devil May Cry, you got that little bit of leniency. And that's where I think that the EA and the THQ UFCs differentiate. Is the EA games are super free. They're free-forming. The THQ games are more like, no, man, are you sure you want to throw this knee? You sure you want to throw that jab? While the EA games are like, nah, man, just throw it like 8 jabs. They're different games. They're different kinds of games. They're good for the same reasons, except UFC 4. Fuck that game. I hate that game. That's actually why I haven't reviewed UFC 5. Is because, like, everybody's probably, like, expecting a UFC 5 review, but I won't review UFC 5 until I do 4, and I'll never do 4. Because I have nothing positive to say about it. And I refuse to review a game that I don't at least have one positive thing to say. If I can't say something nice, why say anything at all? We don't need a weather report, kid. We need a JoJo. I'm sorry, that was a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reference. Where the fuck am I go? I stopped paying attention because I was on my incredibly long and unimportant rant. Yeah, let's go to the general store. Fuck it. Yo, man, sell us some stuff. Oof. Wow, that's quite a bit of money. Why can Roan wear the sister's robe? Are we encouraging cross-dressing here? Come on, game. Wow, even Merrick's getting in on the cross-dressing. Okay. We will equip everyone to the best of their ability. Buy items. Okay, a bunch of Yomi's elixirs. You know what? How the... Okay, that's... Whatever. A very valuable ring. Motherfucker, that's not worth much. Okay. We'll leave it at that. That's it. Sorry, my sister sent me like this message on Facebook. This video of some Asian dude with white hair. I can't suss out the fact that he kind of looks like a younger smoker from One Piece. So I'm just not going to watch it because I ain't going to give away my guy Luffy's position. Okay, he's got to become king of the pirates. And I'm not about to ruin that. Welcome. Yeah, we'll spend the night. Yeah, we'll just go to bed right away. We'll take one bite of our food. Okay, why the fuck does Merrick have like 4 whole ass pieces of meat? Well, I just got like a breadstick. You'd figure that like main character status would give me those pieces of meat. Now, I'm actually morbidly curious. Geez, what is your name? I'm sorry, I can't see it from all the way over there. Joshua Mingaz. What system do you play UFC on? Assuming you're still watching. East Silesia. We'll go this way. St. Hames Pilgrim Road. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is the next, we're not gonna go down that ladder. Xbox. Nice, nice, nice. See, I used to be the, brand advisory rep for, Xbox for my area. So I am always pleased to see people repping the green and blacks. It always makes me proud to see people being like, hey, I bought this specific, really niche game on the Xbox. Especially when it's like a fighting game or an RPG, because I know, like, there's not a lot of Xbox owners out there, and there's even less RPG and fighting game fans. So to see, like, fighting game and RPG players deviate more towards the Xbox is always a good feeling, because it's it's sort of like a market share taken away from people that don't deserve it quite as much. See, I'm like one of those crazy guys that's like really into like old school JRPGs, and I absolutely buy those JRPGs on Xbox if I can.
You better practice if you want to beat me.
Ooh, what was that? Special moves. Book of Priests. Power up. Book of Priests. I've got the infinite skill coins cheat on. I may as well use it. I didn't mean for it to be on there, but it's on there. Makes him out. Oh, yes! Absolutely! Mentality. I don't even know if she's got any ice spells. I'm gonna put that on her anyways. Am I gonna like where this goes? See, this is what I mean by, like, you gotta move the camera a lot in this. Hello? What are you people doing up here? I am not gonna talk to you people because you're probably beneath me, considering that you're not main characters. This sounds like music that would play during like a slice of life anime. Just about any moment in a slice of life anime. Oh shit, I went in a full circle. I should have expected that. He threw his buddy at me. I don't know if I should feel offended or not. You know, one of these days, though, like, when I get a little more dense in the audience, I would really love to have just a whole, like, UFC tournament with my viewers and all that.
Lots of snow.
Just a big, fun sort of shindig. Like, nothing on the line, of course, besides, like, you know, bragging rights. But I think something like that could have potential to be, like, really fun.
Nothing withstands my blade.
He got taken down like a bitch. Do 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 do. There we whoops. My bad. Rowell Hills. Oh, I vaguely remember this place. Oh yeah, now is where the game starts to kind of open up a little. What was the point of that?
Stuff of nightmares.
There, damn, that was really good strategizing, honestly. And that's why I love this game. I mean, I totally planned all of that. I planned every instance of that encounter.
Expect an early winter with lots of snow.
Every single inch of that was planned. I planned it every single second of it.
Stands my blade.
So I think we'll get to the next boss, and then that'll be it for tonight. But either the next boss or the next town. So I wasn't really planning on streaming tonight. I just figured I might as well do something. Other than that, like, I would be spending my entire night just doodling. And by doodling, I mean drawing. I don't know what else that could mean, but, like, I'm sure there's some other slang people use the word doodling for. There we go, got rid of him.
My blade.
There we go. Okay, nothing in there. Recover, save. We're gonna save. I did say next town or boss, so it's gotta be one of those two things. Damn it. You were surprised. I wasn't surprised. They just appeared. Oh shit.
your fury, O Earth.
Oof. Damn.
Gotta work even harder.
To East Silesia. Siren Kingdom. Okay. That sounds like a town name. Yeah, it looks like a town. Oh, it sounds like he's from here. So, yes, this is the end of the stream. If you watched the whole way through, thank you so much. We'll probably carry on tomorrow at maybe about 6, 7 p.m. Again, thank you all for watching. Thank you for letting me into your homes. Have a good night.